Yeah. If I did, I didn't know I did or did not intentionally do it. You know what I'm saying? There was no intention to harm anyone. That would be a loved one of mine. You see what I'm saying? Because, you know,
Yep.
again, I did not see him. What? See him? Letecia.
Yeah.
As said, I did not do that. I did this, not to put that, whatever. But this is one thing that she keeps saying. She didn't do, or else it gives, you know, you do get some pretty wacky stories about you think. There is a possibility, it's not clear that what. Do you think that's a possibility? Oh, I've said that from the beginning, but I all over the place, because I really, same job. Is it possible you do that everywhere on state? When I was in a what state? State in one of these states where you were never involved. Oh, yeah, I've said that definitely. I know that, but I was not an intention to hurt Brandon. Like, it was never like, no, absolutely not. I love Brandon. I took care of these kids since they were 5 and 2. I've had these kids from coast to coast, country to country. Yeah. Like, that's not what do I gain out of hurting a child? Absolutely nothing. Like, I lose everything in my entire life. And not only is it about me being hurt, but other people around me. And if I'm sitting there telling you that I care about all these people, there are other people hurting this. If I was going to hurt somebody, why would it not be these people that are hurting people? Right? No, it would not be to hurt a child. You see what I'm saying? Like, absolutely not. It would not be an intention to be like, okay, that's it, you're done for the day. No, like, that's not how it works. I don't feel actually I am doing things right, you know, to do that. I don't work my whole life to do things right, to just be like, today's the day, I'm just gonna ruin my entire life and everybody else's. That's not how it works. These people in here do this stuff, I don't. You know? It doesn't matter what that's. I mean, you don't take somebody out to go shopping, to do this, do that. You don't go buy somebody Valentine's candy to knock them off the planet. Is that day you were pointing out? Yes. So I don't like, I don't even understand this. That's just not how it works. You don't buy somebody out clothes for this amount of time. You don't go do this, you don't go do this. Like, I don't get it. I've had these kids in Mexico, Alaska, all these places, not a scratch on their body. Tell me what's more. When you were in Australia. Yes. When? I think I told you 2017 or maybe 18. How did you just run? I went with people. Get my records to see where I went. But I went with there's, I think it was Sam. Oh, Christina, Sam, other people. And took care of Dennis. I don't think they live with us then. So, time to time, they want to get away from this place. Yeah. Yeah. And especially like they're gone for the summer. I might just be on. If you get some of because why I well I bored. Yeah, like that was my life. I would rather packing up all stuff, just taking everybody back home to South Carolina and taking care of everybody. My life is much easier like that. Because I can go there. No, they're no, Landon's mom. Landon, which was Gannon's mom's. Yeah. Gannon, this is Gannon's grandma. Oh, she helped me when we lived there and I had the kids. She helped me. She's the only person helping me. But I also had other people there that could help. Support system, yes. Everything. If I could call, I could help. I had other people who programs that I can be like, great, I need to go do this. I can drop them off here for the day. I have support. My first call job. I asked him what time. And yeah, he's well, by the way, what you would say was there, right? And he said that he left a list, gave a list of 12 explanations that he gave for what happened when because then I'll have a flashback of something, but I don't know if that flashback is a cool flashback or not. Yeah. Then I'll have a nightmare about something, so I don't know if the nightmare was a nightmare, but the nightmare becomes real. So then I'll wake up and think that's really going on for hours and hours and hours and hours. Then sometimes I'll have something and I'll try to put together something and it's like it's really happening. Because I told you earlier that I didn't know if something's really going on, or if this was real or not. Remember I said I thought this was just one big nightmare. But so, any of it, like it's all running together. Because sometimes I don't know what's going on and what's really not going on. You know what I mean? Then 1 minute something can happen and I'll switch personality and someone will say in the other personality, no, this is what really happened. You know what I mean? Then I'll hear like another voice, still not schizophrenic voice, easy, and it'd be like my other voice, tell me this. So it's like going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, that I drive myself absolutely nuts. So when you ask me why people tell you 100% that I remember, sitting on the couch, somebody knock, being in the garage, I remember I being in the garage, I go look at the windows, look at someone's outside. Seeing someone downstairs, but that was the things I could 100% remember, but running around frantic, not knowing what was going on. So that's what I guess was like this dream or fantasy or what that you have that influences what you think have. But I know I don't think was just the neutral. But I don't know. How do I know? It could be. How do I know? There's 3 people or something, I don't know. But I'm saying though, but you don't know because, well, one person's telling me this, how do I know? Because this person could be trying to go with that person. You see what I'm saying? Because who knows what that person was really doing? You see what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. He told me. No, I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about what this person was doing. How do you know? Because 1 minute I was doing this, next minute I was doing this, but another person was doing this because I was doing 2 things at once. So how do we know? Whether we're in some computer state and it is not possible to remember what happened. It's not going to work for me because I'm not like that. I have to know answers. Dude, I wouldn't care if it was just a random person on the street who was a bad person. Yeah, I wouldn't care. Because they would just be a bad person. Yeah. I don't care. But you're like that. See the news every day, bad people, bad things happen to bad people. But when bad things happen to good people, it's hard, because especially when I'm sitting there lost. You're sitting there lost. Because there are probably little things that you should remember what happened to get rid of. Yeah, where he's tossed and this or that, the bike has to do. But it sense she's a good memory for.
Yeah.
And there's probably a good reason for why we don't. And, you know, you got some sense. It's a lot of preference. But let's try to find out why I simply believe that.
Yeah.
With recent crime. Because I wish I would have just lived and he asked me just a kid. I don't know face. I don't know about the face kid charges. But who else to begin? He didn't want me to leave and not even tell our God, should have just did it. Isn't that some really good? No, but at least we've been saved. At least we've been on the East Coast saved. Everybody saved. He wanted to go with me. He knew I was leaving. He wanted to go with me. He did. He said, whenever mommy and mom, I could stay with you and stay with mommy and mom. It was fine. His mommy, his nana, his poppy, he would never. The East Coast, yeah, to the East Coast. Is that with your mom? No, his mommy. What? No.
His family.
Yeah, his family lived there. So we had to.
Yeah, his mom. They were away.
Yeah, he knew I was leaving to go back home to the East Coast. And he was like, just take me with you. And I said, son, I cannot. It's kidnapping. Your dad would have me hand over kidnapping because even though I'm your primary caregiver, I can't just take you. And if I would have just did that, everybody would just be fine. So I said, what? So what? How did you know you gotta add that to the mix? Add that added on to me, trying to figure out. I was trying to leave, but yeah, I have to make sure that they were safe because if I didn't want to leave them safe. You don't realize that the kids, Lena and Hannah, if I would have left them, they would not have been taken care of. Yes, money's not everything. They would have had how they needed financially. They would not have anybody to take care of their academics. They would not have had anybody to take care of their school stuff like, oh, it's dress up day at school. Oh, it's this. They wouldn't have had that. Without me, they had none of that. So they would have lost all those things. They would have just been thrown in babysitters. Who would have babysitted them? Did you ever cross your mind that maybe he had to stay alone? No, absolutely not. This was my plan. I could not just take them to South Carolina and drop them off at my mother. She said, go ahead. And if I did that, they were in just as worse hands as they are not taken care of them. Right? So the plan had to be add more to my plate to figure out how am I going to get them safely to their mom so she could get custody back. But at the same time, she needs a house. And in order to get custody back, a woman can get custody back if I help her because I'm the one that reason we got custody was because of me. So I can help get custody back to her. How am I going to do this? Do it correctly. Make sure she has a home. But if it's killing again, Kim doesn't need to die. What are you talking about? Kim dying has nothing to do with that. I didn't come up with any idea of him dying. My point is getting him safely to his mother. That would have been the plan. I could not get him that day. I told him Wednesday I would have worked out then with her, but talking to her, giving her a home, I can't just go buy her a home. That's not simple. You see what I'm saying? She's a drug addict. Drug addicts don't listen. They repeat the same cycle over and over and over. So I didn't lose the battle. I should have just took him with me started the school cross country and then just been like, oh, well, one of y'all need to figure it out how to become a better parent. That's what she did. Love that day. That's what she did.
Hard to see her from here. Can we move perhaps I can just move the wheelchair over there and look
Sure.
up here.
I can help
Okay.
you out. We paused it at 1311.
Thanks.
Let's see what,
See what we can do here.
yeah. And if we just move that around there, maybe,
Yeah, let's see what we can do.
yeah, okay.
You want to sit back?
Let me see if I can see and hear, this looks a whole lot better.
That looks better.
Yeah, let's see.
Okay. How's that?
It's better.
Yes.
I think, however, I think this is better.
Okay, that's fine. You'll just need to, if you're going to be asked any questions or give any answers from there, you'll just need to speak up so everybody can hear you because the microphone's not there and there are jurors behind you.
And it may be easier, like when it's a question, then I'll just
Okay.
turn her that
We
way.
can do
That's
that.
okay with Mr. Young?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
Hey, we'll go ahead and resume the video at 1311.
What the date of this, just so I have?
Sure, it's November 15th, 2022 in the morning. Okay, here we go.
She's a princess. She wants to divide my bag. She's a princess. She wants to divide. She's not a part of you, or she is. And so Jazz, one part of you. She's risky, like she doesn't look as like she's very risky. What do you call it? Like risky, yeah, like. I'm gonna say it, like, get me in trouble.
Yes.
Can't go out, I party alone.
Yeah.
I'm not a partner.
You're not a part of it. So, I was just,
So like what happened is something really happens where I get like really stressed out. I can be at like work and be okay and something stressful will happen and then I'll just end up right somewhere.
end up on the plane. Do you know how you got to the plane?
It's like my body goes through the motions, like obviously I gotta get a passport, buy a ticket, but then I don't really remember doing all of it.
You don't remember.
I know it sounds crazy, but
No, it doesn't.
but like, okay, so like. If you see my credit card's by me, and I'm like, oh, okay. Obviously she did it, because obviously it's under my name, it's easier, and my body's gotta know that's whose credit card you got claims to be able to pay for it, but yet at the same time, like, I won't know I've done it until I'm on the plane, and I'm like, oh, okay. I'm going to this place, or I'm going to that place.
Find yourself somewhere. Not even really.
I've been to a lot, even simple tests. Like, we just drinking wine, like, oh, I didn't remember when this wine bottle. Simple things like that, all the way up until being in another country. I did that a lot where my daughter's even texting me, and I'm like, Mom, it says you're in the middle of the ocean. And I'm like, oh, I am.
Because, and where were you?
One time I was in Jamaica.
So you were there, fine.
No, I got on a plane to go to Jamaica, but I was also at work that party and then that meeting with me.
Well, so maybe Josh could work it out.
And I would just not eat, woe with me, the world's gonna end, I wanna die. And then I'd fluctuate back into it again. So, like common sense, I knew something, wasn't right. Like, I'm not a stable person.
Taylor, Victoria, Maria Sanchez. Those are just a few of the names of the personalities that confessed child killer Letecia Stauch claims to have, but prosecutors and their experts say it's all an act.
And what did you note in your notes with
And I would just not eat, woe with me, the world's gonna end, I wanna die, and then I'd fluctuate back into it again. So, like common sense, I knew something, wasn't right. Like, I'm not a stable person.
Taylor, Victoria, Maria Sanchez. Those are just a few of the names of the personalities that confessed child killer Letecia Stauch claims to have, but prosecutors and their experts say it's all an act.
And what did you note in your notes with regards to her self-diagnosis of multi-personality disorder, PTSD, and bipolar disorder?
I said she appeared to be at baseline psychiatrically, meaning I did not see any of that. I said there's no overt symptoms of bipolar disorder or PTSD present.
Thanks for joining us here on Law and Crime. I'm Anjanette Levy. The jury in Letecia Stauch's murder trial have heard her confess to murdering her 11-year-old stepson Gannon in January of 2020. They've also heard her describe, through interviews with psychologists evaluating her, multiple personalities that she claims to have. Prosecutors played excerpts from interviews conducted by Dr. Loandra Torres. Dr. Torres and a colleague evaluated Stauch in 2022, long after her arrest. Stauch told Dr. Torres she created these personalities.
You said Taylor was the protector? Yeah, Taylor's my main person. No, Maria's my protector. Taylor's my main personality. Thank you. Maria. Mm-hmm. Victoria is the only personality that I have empathy in, because I've stored so much of trauma. If you want me to be if a friend's talking to me and they need me to give them advice, I have to switch to Victoria to actually cry.
Stauch then discussed a personality named Letecia.
And then Letecia, she's bipolar. She be doing the most. You'll notice when I'm on Letecia. Actually, the psychiatrist the other day came to take my meds. She was doing the most. She's bipolar sick, and she was up for 4 or 5, 6 days at a time.
Stauch claims to have multiple personality disorder. The formal name for that is dissociative identity disorder. Dr. Torres was asked about that disorder and whether someone who suffers from it actually creates or controls these personalities.
What impact does it have when she says, I created these personalities?
When it comes to dissociative identity disorder, that's not the understanding in terms of what that looks like. It's not about creating or having control over several distinct personalities. In short, it's when somebody is experiencing 2 or more personality states, and it's usually accompanied by some sort of amnesia, blackouts, a period of not remembering what you were doing. It's a complex diagnosis. Essentially, the different personality states themselves are not controlled.
Prosecutors also played a portion of an interview in which Letecia Stauch described her behavior in the past while she was in school.
I'd be so excited. I'd be doing this degree and that degree and that degree. How did I get them all? Because of those times. But then there'd be times when I wouldn't be turning in my schoolwork, and I'd have to message the teacher and be like, look, the rest right now, next week I'll catch up and do 3 weeks worth of work, but just not this week, And so, you learn that's just not normal. If you guys, one of y'all came to work with each other like that, and you consistently came like that, you'd be thinking one of 2 things. Are you on drugs? Or is something really wrong? And I don't do drugs. So, the more and the more that happened, I became cognizant of it. And then Harley, as she got older, she started noticing. She's like, Mom, you'll be this personality, then you'll be this one, and then I don't even know sometimes. And she just learned to, to deal with it. And then sometimes they can't even pry me out of the room because I won't leave for days.
The prosecutor then asked Dr. Torres whether what Letecia Stauch described fit the diagnosis of dissociative identity disorder.
Despite what Ms. Stauch is saying, to me, it sounds like she's trying to explain different mood states as opposed to different personality states. And it sounds to me as though she's trying to explain to us that she can be manic and then depressive or have depression, kind of reflecting a bipolar disorder. But what's particularly marking is that idea that she can anticipate when she's going to come out of a depression. As she noted in the video, she talks about having all this energy to have all of these degrees, and then she might be depressed, not want to come out of her room. She might not do the work associated with teaching that she's supposed to be doing, but she can catch up on it the following week when she comes out of this depressive state. I mean, in bipolar disorder, again, you can't anticipate or plan when you're going to be manic or when you're going to be depressed. Those are not things that one can control.
Stauch then described a personality named Maria Sanchez. Stauch says Maria Sanchez was the personality in charge when she attacked a deputy while being transported back to Colorado from South Carolina following her arrest.
Like, think about it. In that instance with that lady, that Deputy James, it was accurate. She ended up did having a gun on me. So or what else she'd been doing with a gun, pointing at me. She was trying to kill me with it. So, like, that was a perfect example why it was accurate, you know what I'm saying? And, of course, Maria came. That whole incident happened when Maria came, and she's just going to regulate on, you know what I mean? So, it's usually always accurate. Like, the whole incident with the guy trying to tell me I hit somebody. I didn't really hit somebody, but these people were out to get me the whole time, and I kept telling them, like, look, there ain't no way I hit somebody. Y'all were setting me up. Like, who hit somebody and there's no marks? So I knew they were doing that because his last name was Sanchez and Maria's last name is Sanchez. So how did that happen? You know what I mean?
Dr. Torres was then asked her opinion about that portion of the interview.
With people who actually suffer from dissociative identity disorder, would they know the other personas?
Sometimes.
Explain.
So it's going to be, I'm going to say case by case dependent, but the research suggests that the clinical presentation of a dissociative identity disorder, they used to think that there was no memory or awareness of these other personalities that one might be experiencing. But now it's thought to be more porous, meaning that there is some awareness that this might be happening, but it's going to be a case by case thing.
Dr. Torres then watched video of that assault and its aftermath for the first time in the courtroom.
She keeps threatening me. Stop. Well, she keeps threatening me.
Stop.
She keeps on threatening me. I have stopped it. She keeps on.
Well, she got out of the restraints.
She keeps on. Threatening me. I will.
Arm down.
I will for you. She keeps
Put your arm down.
Put
your arm
But she
down.
keeps threatening me the whole time.
Tisha, give me your arm.
I will to you, but not to her.
Tisha, give me your
I will
arm.
to you, but not to her.
Cooperate with me. Cooperate with me.
I will with you, but not with her.
Cooperate with me.
I will with you, not with her.
Tisha?
I will with you. I said I would.
Then give me your arm now.
I said I would with you. I said I would with you. I said I would with you.
Stop resisting.
I'm not resisting. I said I would with her. Well, the other
They're
girl.
double locking.
Here's what Dr. Torres had to say when the prosecutor asked her about that video with the deputies.
But is it consistent with what she's telling you, that she switched worlds or switched personalities and Maria went into protection mode and assaulted the deputy?
I would expect that if she had gone into this personality of Maria, that it would be presenting as the Maria that I saw in Dr. Lewis's videos, meaning with a Hispanic accent.
Dr. Torres ultimately diagnosed Letecia Stauch with a personality disorder that had borderline and narcissistic traits, meaning she lacks empathy. She did not find Letecia Stauch to be insane or incompetent to stand trial. Another psychologist who evaluated Stauch testified about notes she was provided from jail staff.
Did you see other notes within, what are these notes called within the jail system?
Progress notes.
Progress notes with regards to her acting out or acting crazy.
Yes.
I'll refer to you to October 30th, 2020 at 5:54 p.m.
They tried to twist what they